walking past the neon peacock.
After you. So here, you're on air, on valleyzen, on air, valleyzen.
The on-air light, which signified a dichotomy between being on and being off, is in a sense outmoded because there is no off, especially in Silicon Valley. We
Right.
just never go off the air.
What's
We're always online.
It's true.
We're shooting this for my blog, Valleyzen, but we're actually in the NBC newsroom, so that in and of itself is an interesting hybrid media moment.
Shooting an interview, for a high-tech blog in a newsroom is, I think we're getting the better of it. You're already cutting edge. It's where we need to go. We need to blog a little bit more. We need to put more news on the web. We need to stream live news events. And it's a lesson that those of us who have been used to putting stuff in this little box for so long are just kind of getting around to learning. And the next generation of journalists like yourself are saying, well, we're going to start here and see what comes next. And so, yeah, we need to pay attention to what you're doing very closely.
I think making the perfect soundbite is very zen. It's compressing really dense information into a small space and just releasing it.
Yes, and you're right, and that is the Zen of TV.
Sumier is an art form of an economy of brushstrokes. Zen is about brevity. How do you take vast amounts of data and distill it down quickly when you're in the flux of all of this activity?
That's a good question. Today we shot more than an hour of tape, and I'll have a minute and a half for my story. So how do you take 60 minutes and making it into a minute and a half? Hopefully it can be a quality minute and a half where you're there in a sense. You're hearing the sounds, you're seeing the pictures, you're listening to the people talking. A lot of CEOs will ask for advice on how to speak. Oh, I'm going to be on CNBC. What am I going to do? Well, don't ramble. Zen is brevity. So a good news story is one that probably starts out like this and then gets smaller because you realize you can tell all the pertinent information in less. And so whatever I do, I try to step back, take a breath, go into it again, look at it and say, where can I cut? Not where can I add, but where can I cut? And that usually makes the producers happy too.
That makes you a Zen TV master, I think.
I'd like that would be a nice title. I don't think I've earned that yet, but I'm on my way. And I've gotten to know some of the CEOs and analysts and individuals who are really going to give the good sound bites. And you sort of seek those people out and say, I only have so much time, and let's talk about this because I know you're going to be able to do it succinctly and just perfectly. And if you have that kind of valleyzen attitude, you're going to be able to have a little better work-life balance. And the successful journalists I've met, all the way up to the successful CEOs I've met, have managed to have that work-life balance because we all know from what you and I do, you have to get along with people. And if you're a CEO, it really helps to get along with people. Valleyzen can be an attitude to say, I accept all of the craziness, and that's part of the reason I'm here because it's exciting and it's sexy and it's fun. But I also accept that you got to kind of look at the broader picture and, wear a t-shirt and jeans and flip-flops once in a while. There are a lot of technology blogs out there. How do you get yourself noticed if you're one of this many? Well, you become one of this many. And, I think by taking, you yourself, Drew, are an artist, and yet you know a lot about technology, and you are merging those two. And I don't know, I haven't met a lot of people who do that all that well. There is an artist community, there is a technology community. California and the Bay Area is one of those great rare places where they intersect. But do as individuals they intersect? Not all that often. As blogs, do they intersect? I haven't seen that many. So good for you in taking something that is something that in this area we all live among, and that is technology, and something that we all enjoy, but maybe don't see all that much in a blog or on the web, and that is art, and bringing them together. And that's cool because, like we say, you're taking this and becoming this, and that makes it easier to find you and more rewarding to find you. Because if I wanted to find a blog today on the new iPhone, I can find 5,000. How do I find something with a unique perspective? That's the challenge. It's the challenge any TV station faces in a big market like this where everyone's going to do the same story. In a blog, in an area like this, everyone's going to write the same blog. So the fact that you're doing something different and bringing in that art perspective, art and technology, that's pretty cool. So, I can appreciate that, and I think, seeing some of the interviews, there's a little something extra that makes it original, somewhat unique, and that, in the blogosphere, is becoming increasingly rare as it becomes more and more crowded with
convergence.
Yeah, with, let's be honest, kind of similar things. And so how do you find something that sticks out? You almost have to create something that sticks out, which you have.
Just let it go.
Might as well,
And you're
because
ready.
you don't get a second chance. Once the camera's off, you're kind of done.